All right, welcome to today's training. We're working with automotive dealerships today, and we're talking about lessons to succeed in today's challenging automotive marketplace. Today I have with me Ceasar Jha, owner and operator of QSEP Consulting, and we're going to take the next 30 to 40 minutes to go over something he'd like to present to every automotive dealer. So go ahead and close all the distractions. If you're an auto dealer and you're serious about getting better results within your dealership, the next 30, 45, max 60 minutes can help change everything for you. So go ahead and turn off your mobile phones, close your Facebook, shut the door, and if you're ready, go ahead and type 1 in the chat box. So we're going to talk today. Let me ask you, as an automotive dealer, what's one thing that you're struggling with regarding your automotive dealership?
It could be struggling with used car profitability, hard to get used car trade in your dealership. You're struggling with margin in new cars. You might be struggling over turnovers.
All right, and then let me ask you, type 1 in the chat box if you're someone who wants to solve those struggles right now, or maybe 2, and type 2 if you're here and you're just doing some research. Maybe you're not really sure if you're struggling or not, but you're just kind of here, testing the waters to see what this webinar is all about and everything else. So if you're either of those, go ahead and type 1 or 2. And that's why we're here today, here with Ceasar Jha to learn basically how to keep more of what you make. Maybe that's you with that picture down there. Maybe you're testing the waters. You're throwing money at different things, and you're hoping something's going to stick. But what you're really doing potentially is you're just taking a big bucket of money and flushing it down the toilet. Maybe that's not you, but maybe in some areas with your business, maybe that is. So we're going to help you try to figure out what might be some problems that you're dealing with. So, so the promise we have today, Ceasar and I, is we're going to reveal exactly how to lower your capital exposure and give you the easiest and most effective way to improve your human capital.
The two major that I see in this industry that you have biggest investment is the exposure of your capital. That could be inventories, and number 2, your biggest exposure you have is your human capital, the employees, how well they're engaged with your business, how well you're utilizing them. That's quite challenging for a lot of automotive businesses today.
So a problem you might be facing, and type 1 in the chat box if you identify this with, are you tired of struggling with your profit margins? And that means you're not getting possibly the results you want. Maybe your profit margins are dwindling because you have too much capital, or maybe there's different
margins are not there.
Yeah,
margins are not there.
Yeah. So if that's you, go ahead and type 1 if you can identify with that. Maybe you're increasing your used car volume, and that's frustrating you because it's not giving you the results maybe that you expected, or that you were promised, and that might be costing you a lot of time and or a lot of money. Yeah. So if that's you, go ahead and type 1 in the chat box if you can identify with that. And then don't you wish there was a better way so you didn't have high employee turnover? Maybe let Ceasar talk a little bit about millennial turnover and everything.
Yeah. Millennials are very difficult and to understand them mostly in automotive industry. What I have found is their engagement with their leaders, that is old dinosaur leadership that is not working with the millennium today. They are more savvy with their computers. They're more savvy with they want now result, and they want a flexibility. They want leadership to be engaged with them, understand them better. And a lot of dealerships are struggling with their millennium employees, that they are trying to make a better employee out of them, and turnovers are costing them a lot of. They're good people. They're very smart. They can think on their feet. They're used to be fast response time, where dealerships trainings are very little. and the turnover becomes very high, and that's costing you a lot of resources from your leaders to just keeping up, not succeeding.
So imagine what it would be like if within 14 months your company, will be profitable and could be profitable again. So if you're struggling a little bit, just imagine, just for a second, just go ahead and close your eyes and think about what your business would look like if, within 14 months you're making, you're being profitable.
You're keeping more, and your margins are, in your automotive industry, you have very thin margin. If you're lucky, if you can get a 1 year 2% on your total percentage-wise. So it's very high capital investment, low yield, and if you having combination of issue and inflation is taking over, and you have a big mega company coming to your marketplace and taking your market share, taking your employees, taking your profitability, you don't even know it, but you're digging yourself a hole that you might not be able to get out in future. And manufacturers are making you build palaces that is capital intensive. They look good, but they're not producing your bottom line numbers. So if you as one of your dealer look for it in 14 months, more keep yourself, your hard earning money for your company, and give less to the manufacturer, and more margin improvement. If you're looking for that, we can definitely get you there to your goal post.
So type in the chat box what it would feel like to get that type of result within 14 months.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So are you working smarter, or are you just working harder?
My name is Ceasar Jha. I've been in this industry all my life, 35 years experience in turning several failing dealership in national level, Montana, California, to all over. And I bought failing dealership, 7 of them, to be exact, different manufacturers, some good, some bad. Is end of the day, I'm talking to you with my own experience, my own investment, my own hard working, because I was a child. I grew up in India, and one thing I do know is how to improve human capital. Good employees is your success, and how to have the right leadership. They optimize your employees to maximize it in this industry. If you need to check any further, check my background, and I definitely understand acquisition, understanding your company from inside out, every profit centers, and making you succeed on firing all the cylinders, not just 2 or 3 cylinders that come in most of the profit. So tomorrow business, tomorrow future dealerships have to be running and efficiently in all of the profit centers that you have in your dealerships. Thank you very much.
So, Ceasar set out to find the best way to understand human nature, the capital, and the culture within each organization. So, as he discussed, as a child, he had to develop these skills, with human nature, with capital, with culture, to even survive. And what he did is he took those struggles as a child and developed them.
The skills.
Those skills, and developed them for over 35 years in the automotive industry to create several successful businesses that he owned, as well as help turn other businesses, other automotive dealerships around through different consulting programs, which is what we're talking about now. So you might believe, buying more cars or different cars, maybe different automotive manufacturers,
hiring new employees, new managers that can solve your problem.
Yeah, you think maybe that's going to help you make more money. But and one of the things that we all at one point believed is that might help, but Ceasar learned that helping lower capital exposure helps change that.
That's right.
And then another one is improving your human capital, the human assets of the business itself.
that is unique to your, that is not mixed with the other Ford dealership, the other Honda dealership. You are not just like, you are unique, your customization, your own culture, creating your own, that somebody can not steal from you.
Exactly. And then, maybe to help find you out where your company is losing money. So maybe you're doing really well in one area, but you're still spending a lot of money, or you're wasting money, or money is being drained in an area you may not even be aware of. So imagine what it would be like if you never having to increase your volume in used cars, or decreasing the amount of employee turnover. Imagine what that would be like for your business, or within several months, lowering your capital exposure, improving upon your human efficiency within your organization, within your dealership, and the bottom dollar is, keep more of what you make. It goes back to, either are you working really hard, or are you working really smart? Because you can do both, or you can do one or the other. I'm sure everyone's working hard, but is it smart? Is the way you're working the most optimized, most efficient way you could be working? So, understanding how your business works from the inside out. So what Ceasar helps is create that edge above the rest of your competition, create that unique perspective within your own dealership, and then he has exclusive tailoring to your dealership.
Your dealership, that is not, and we don't sell it to all your competition. So is a difference is that in this industry, you get a vendor, you get a outsourced person, but they're selling their tools to all of the dealership. So you don't have any uniqueness technology-wise. They all have the same tools. So how you separate yourself is important to succeed in this marketplace. Uniqueness that you can create, and that will help your customer to recognize, and you're within your ambassadors and your dealership. That's your people that can sign better, and how you do that.
Yeah, and and importantly too, is to understand that when he comes in, it's not a cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all, because every business has its unique struggles, has its unique perspectives on the automotive market, on its clients and its business. So it's not just, okay, here's this, and this, do this, and you're fine. It's understanding, it's breaking down, it's going in deep and understanding exactly how your business works in every aspect, and creating a process, creating a system to optimize and to make your business the most profitable, the most successful it can be. He took 7 failing dealerships and turned them around. And here's, if you don't, here's an example of what actually happened with current clients. Bill Owens, QSEP Consulting, has been working for our organization for the past 2 years. As a result, we have had 2 consecutive record-setting years, which nearly doubled our sales volume. Now think about that for a second. How would it look like for your business if you could say the exact same thing within 2 years? What would that look like for yourself? Just go ahead and think for yourself for a minute. 2 consecutive record-setting years, which nearly doubled your sales volume. It worked for Bill, and it absolutely can work for your business. So go ahead and think about that. What that would look like for your business. And Ron Michael said, I'd like to thank QSEP Consulting. We're currently involved in their program, and I have noticed a dramatic impact on how the morale of our technicians and service advisors. That has also had a positive impact on our customer relations. So
operation is very important.
Yeah. So not only the bottom line with sales, increasing profit margins, but human capital, impact on customer relations, the morale of the technicians and the service advisors, it's gone up. And as a result, customer relations goes up. And as a result, sales go up. So, if that's you as well, maybe you have the best cars, maybe you have the best system, but maybe your human capital just isn't there yet. So maybe that's something that you want to change or work on or improve upon. So let me ask you a few questions. Would you like to stop struggling with your profit margins? Would you like to know exactly how to lower your capital exposure? And would life be better if you could easily improve upon your human capital? So are you ready to discover how you can do that today?
Ceasar Consult Discovering Phase gives unique perspective. Look at your existing within 60 to 90 days. We discover, we engage with your current process in place, current leadership, current management team, and look at where you've been and what things you're doing right. We look at a 360-degree adjusting process that you already have, investment that you already have made, and litigate those areas and figure out what new value can be added, a new way of improving your profitability. So we spend a lot of time, a lot of data collecting, a lot of interview, testing your leaders to see if that personality fits with that department, the personality fits with your coworker and the people they manage. So this is you get outline once we understood what you have done for so far, and then we go as a 14-month succeed, and that gives you the next phase.
So if this is something that you can see for your business, for your automotive industry, even if you're interested, like maybe, you thought you were doing really well, but there's areas that you think that you can improve upon. So what Ceasar's created is, for the discovery phase is that 360-degree approach, looked at every aspect of your business and develop that customized strategy and growth and success within your organization. So if this is something that you're interested in, please go to their website, call the number listed below in the YouTube video, and find out more information. Ceasar would be absolutely delighted in having a conversation with you to see if this is something that might help your business. Whether you're like going broke in the next few months to file in Chapter 11, or maybe you can survive for the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah. But what about the next 5 years? What about the next 10 years? Everybody has, inflation affects everyone. Automotive struggles affects everyone. So let's go ahead and help you make sure that you are set, that you are safe for the next 10 to 20 years, not just the next couple years. I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.
Thank you very much for being engaging. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, thank you so much.